Okay, trying something new. I don't know if this is even bright enough to work, but we'll see how this goes. Hopefully there aren't people around, because I've never done anything like this before, and I'm super self-conscious, but we'll see. Looks like we're having trouble focusing here, but it's alright. There's not much to see anyway, so see how this goes. If my arm can hold this long enough to talk for a bit. So it's been a long time since I uploaded a video. I've been wanting to make more videos, but there have been other things in life that I needed to deal with, other priorities, and that's okay. I feel fine. I feel fine with that. But a lot has happened since I last made a video. I don't even know when I last made a video. There were certainly different circumstances that I thought, I should document this, I should share this. This is kind of a big thing, big development. But the timing just wasn't right to make a video, so I didn't. So, as far as I remember, since the last time I made something, I did a part-time job for a month, which was a nice little bit of income. I had an amazing vacation, visiting family, and I hadn't really had a proper vacation in many years, so yeah, that was honestly one of the best weeks of my life. That was a great experience that I would love to talk more about. Lots of realizations on that trip. I ended up sharing my God story / concussion journey, at least a part of it, at my church, which was a big endeavor to prepare that, use footage from years of daily vlogs of the journey of concussion stuff, and I learned a lot through that experience in so many different ways. I can't believe all of the things that came out of that experience. And then I enjoyed a little bit of free time before going back to work full time. So my blissful year of not working a whole lot came to an end in the middle of August, and I felt okay about that. Like, God really prepared me for that, and the God story was kind of part of that as well. So I felt emotionally and mentally ready to switch gears. I knew it would be extremely challenging, and it's a job that I've done before, so I knew what I was getting into, but it's a job that has a very long commute before and after work, and it's just, any job for me takes a lot out of me still with my headaches and symptoms, and so any job I have to be super disciplined with. And so this year my life is basically committing to being perfectly disciplined all the time in order to try to make work sustainable. And unfortunately, I burnt out very quickly being back to work. It was unfortunate with the circumstances. Just I'm covering somebody else's job, and it was just a lot of contributing factors. There were just poor timing of things that just led to a lot of work to come back to and try to get current and caught up on. So it's been very challenging to try to manage that workload. Like, I've been working too much, and I did burn out, and I identified the reasons for the burnout. Went through a lot of reflection on that. Then I wanted to make a course on burnout from things that I've gleaned. Just distracted by people, super awkward. Yeah, so I burnt out, and then I worked through it, and then I was like, okay, this is maybe a framework. Maybe I could teach this someday, or make a video about it, or just a few different things that I've learned in being back to work. Just a couple things about myself that I knew but kind of forgot in terms of like working habits or environments and things. And then dealing with burnout and work-life balance, and again back into having to be perfectly disciplined every day. Much more than before, where there is no leeway, where I don't have ideal environments for my concussion issues. So other than the burnout thing, which is it was an extenuating circumstance in that the workload is not always going to be like that. It was just trying to get current with a lot of things. So I'm almost out of the woods on the workload, and then I should be able to get into a more manageable schedule. But I have actually been very proud of myself for how well I've taken care of myself lately, especially all of September actually. This is the 19th, so I've got a 19-day streak going on making good choices and taking care of my health, which is awesome. It's the only reason work is sustainable. And I know it's a 19-day streak because of a new system that I created, which it's another thing I'd love to make a video on. A new daily review that I've added to all of my other daily reviews, but a physical, tangible system that is actually working, which was exciting because I always like experimenting with new systems, but they rarely actually stick around. So this one's sticking and it's working well, and it's fun. I want to share that at some point too. But part of being disciplined and intentional about things is trying to find little pockets of time, because that's all I have right now, to tap into things that I like doing, things that make me come alive, even if I don't have a ton of energy, or even if I don't really feel like myself, to not neglect certain things, certain hobbies. And I have been fairly good with that as well. I have been intentional with a few little pockets of time, and I got home from work tonight at 8:45 p.m. after leaving the house at 8 a.m. Just because of the commute and everything. I wasn't working that long, but it was a long day, and so I had about half an hour when I got home to fill, and so I actually still needed to get some steps in for the day, which is why this vlog experiment is outside, because I need to get that step count up. So that's the reason for this. Also interesting just to vlog while walking. It's definitely a different headspace, definitely a different feel. We're doing this in public as well, but thankfully it's a pretty quiet area at the moment. But that's a little update on how things have been going, and I'm proud of myself for my choices lately. It's been challenging, but because of all of the things that I've learned over the years, in terms of discipline, taking care of myself, productivity, things have been going okay, all things considered. It will take basically perfect discipline, but so far I'm doing okay with it all, and it's been actually kind of fun in a way lately with having some momentum, this 19-day streak of realizing that taking care of myself and building up these little habits every day is like a skill that I'm getting better at. It was a hard adjustment back to work, but I'm finding little tweaks and improvements and getting better at things. I've been really diligent with my bedtime. That's been the biggest game changer. Is sleep has not been sacrificed. I've actually been able to have the same bedtime and same wake up time every single day of the week, which is something that is extremely hard to do and hasn't happened much in my life, even with a year off for the most part. So yeah, I guess it's the best I've ever done in my life in terms of a consistent bedtime and morning time routine every single day of the week. So that's been huge. Nutritionally, I've been meal prepping. I eat actually all of my food for the day at work just because of how my schedule is for the main part of the day job, which is for now 3 days in a row of very long days. But yeah, all of my food for the day prepped ahead of time on a Monday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, I have all my meals ready to go. So meals have been good. I've been doing a little workout at the end of my workday before I go home, which has been a habit, which I'm actually enjoying. That was a habit that I had a really hard time forming at home, but starting in a new environment and just the fact that I'm sitting a lot and not getting as much exercise, I actually look forward to the workout at the end of the day where it's like, okay, I can finally move around a bit and get some exercise. And yeah, that's become a habit, a routine to finish off the day. So that's really exciting. That was something I was hoping to do, but it actually has been a habit. Even doing some sprints in the gym. And that's something that was on my list for a while. Just adding in some things here and there where I can get my heart rate up, get some high intensity cardio, even just for a minute, because my brain still has trouble with that sort of thing. That's something that I haven't done enough to get my brain used to. So that's been good. And mental health wise, like I've been doing well with the inputs, the media that I consume, the walks where I don't consume anything, where I have time to think. So I'm maintaining my sanity through it all by taking care of myself really, really well, which I'm proud of. And yeah, it's been challenging for sure, but it's been a really good test of my habits, of the things that I've learned over the past few years, the self-improvement related things, the health related things. I like creating systems. I like finding better ways to do things. I want to be always leveling up and yeah, just improving overall. And with a year of a lot of free time, that was a very different scenario. So extremely different change of pace, but so far I've been pleased overall with being tested the way I have and how I've dealt with things. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So this year the focus will just be work for the most part, unfortunately. And that means like work is also taking care of my health enough to work. So meaning a lot of my free time is just taking care of my health. So the goal for this year is to finish the year of work in at least as good a shape as I started, ideally better, but maintaining my health is the goal, and getting my priorities straight really, that's really helped having kind of a singular focus. So God as priority number 1, health as priority number 2, work unfortunately is priority number 3, but really trying to maintain my mental and emotional health as well with other things on the side where, you know, I can do little things like this, little pockets of time. I can find ways to make sure that I'm still being myself enough that, you know, my head isn't focused on work all the time, and my schedule is actually going to get busier even shortly, so I likely won't be making videos very often. I would love to do that someday. There's been times, even the past couple weeks, where I've had that itch again where it's like, yeah, I think I want to do something like this kind of full time, or you know, get into teaching is the big thing that like I get really excited about, and I create these systems for myself, and there are good frameworks that I think could help others, and so those things do pop up in my mind, and they're things that I think I would like to pursue, and so I hope to find pockets of time to work on that sort of thing. But for now, I'm doing well with focusing on my priorities, having fewer priorities, letting go of certain things that I would like to do for this year, just viewing it as this is its own season of life. You know, last year was the best year of my life by far. So much free time, which was just amazing, so rejuvenating. I learned so much about myself, and I was able to prepare for this year in a lot of ways. And so yeah, I'm doing okay with my attitude and perspective towards this year. Like I said, I kind of have a singular focus and knew what I was getting into and had time to prepare, and so far it's going well. It is still very early on, and yeah, things will get more challenging very soon, but doing okay, and I hope to make some videos again soon. But yeah, it'll probably be a while, but that's an update. So yeah, this has been a weird little experiment out here, but hopefully it's salvageable. All right, good night.